We'll start off with the goal which we conceded right at the end of the first half, and as you can see, like if you actually take this is when Jack Harrison picks up. It was a ball down the line here to Harrison, and he's got quite a bit to do. He's like Emerson's in a very good position. We got our back five all in a line. You can see Reguilon, Davis, Dyer, Tanganga, Emerson. Everyone's pretty controlled. Obviously you got the I think the youngster, the teenager. I can't remember what his name was. He's obviously there. You got to running in. But Dan James is pretty much, he's nailed.
Gelhardt, you mean?
Yeah, Gelhardt, yeah, that's it. You got Dan James, Reguilon's pretty much got him at the back post here. So there's not real danger. However, unfortunately for Emerson, he did get beat quite easily. Like we should never be in this position here. Well, from being in this position here. Like how Harrison is allowed to get into this position here, untroubled, is quite concerning, and Everton will have to watch out. But once he's in this position, I think Tanganga can be a bit tighter to Harrison if he can just get a bit closer, try his best to block the cross. I think you've obviously got at the back post here, you got a 2-on-2, which obviously caused a bit of trouble. Dyer's not really marking anyone, but Davis has got Gelhardt, and then Dan James kind of makes the most of it, darts just ahead of Reguilon, and then that obviously was a great ball by Harrison, to be fair, right into the mixer. Couldn't be more perfect. And then there's Dan James obviously to tap home. But I mean, Dan James is so rapid. Once he gets a run on you, it's very difficult, isn't it, to try to kind of get around him.
But if you want
Dan
anyone
James
marking him at that point, it's probably Reguilon, because with his pace.
Obviously, there's Dan James who puts it away. But yes, but it's a lot harder when you're running in the
when he's got the run. But Reguilon should be more aware, shouldn't he?
Probably should be more aware, but I think at this point, I think at that point the damage, actually when you got a player like Dan James, the damage can already be done. I think if it's like when Harrison gets in that position and there's a ball coming in across the face of goal, if it's perfect, when you got the pace of Dan James, there's very little you can do as a marker apart from try and block the ball from coming in, because he's just so rapid that if the ball is perfect, he's going to get there. He's too quick. And that's exactly what happened at the end of the first half, which Conte actually introduced, said was a good thing. It's very reminiscent. Do you remember last season when what game was it? I think we played Palace. We were 1-0 up against Crystal Palace, and then we were kind of labouring for the rest of the half. And then right at the end of the first half, we concede. I think Benteke scores right at the end of the first half, and it woke us up a bit. And we came out in the second half and scored like 3 goals in the opening 15 minutes. And Mourinho said after the game, it was a good thing we conceded that goal at the end of the first half, because it woke us up a bit. Conte said the same thing. He said we were kind of labouring along in that first half, but that goal really woke us up and it shook us up a bit, and that's kind of maybe what could have driven us to victory. If we look at the build up, this is the goal we scored, the first goal. Lucas Moura plays this ball here down the line to Harry Kane, who's obviously got Calvin Phillips again, who was man marking him all day.
He was on him like a rash, wasn't he?
Calvin Phillips, and he was doing a fairly decent job to not allow Kane to turn. But in this instance, Kane just nips him ahead of him. It was very, very difficult for Kane to get there, but he does get there just ahead of Calvin Phillips. And not only does he do that, but he actually gets Calvin Phillips for the first time on the turn as well, and he's able to twist him. Calvin Phillips isn't able to retrieve the ball. Kane plays a really nice pass infield to Heung-min Son, which obviously opens up a lot of space. Son lays it off to Harry Winks, and then you'll see again once Winks lays it off here to out wide to Winks lays it off out wide here to Reguilon, who picks the ball up. And now again, as we've seen, as I've told you about against the game against Everton, here's the fullback, And where's the opposite fullback? Right at the back post there. There he is. He's going to be there every single time. You've got and then you've got Son's actually this time hanging around at the back at the just outside the box, but he's still got 3 players in between the 2 fullbacks. As always, you've got 3 attackers in the box. Usually it's Kane, Son and Mora. This time Højbjerg is the one filling in for Son, while Son is just hanging back here at the back post. But yeah, again, that ball is primed for when Reguilon swings it in. You just got so many options in the box that it could fall to, and it causes chaos. Obviously it fell to Lucas Moura after a diving header from Kane, and this is actually a really good pass from Lucas Moura, because he gets one glance at it, but he has to pick Højbjerg out pretty perfectly there, and he's pretty much the only option who's free in the box. And I think he does really, really well to pick him out. And obviously Højbjerg. Also, if you're from this position, it's not the easiest finish, is it?
He kind of scuffed his shot, didn't he?
He scuffs it into the ground, but to get it in amongst all those bodies was not the easiest finish. He was able to get it and make it 1-1. But obviously, all because. Having that fullback at the back post and having those strikers in the box causing havoc and making Leeds make mistakes and make it hard to defend against. Whereas before, under Nuno, we were just very much easy to defend against when crosses were coming into the box.
One person in the box.
Yeah, exactly. It was terrible. There's just another shot of when the cross comes in. Luckily, as you can see in many in the box, there's Emerson running at the back post. You've got 3 men there. And obviously the ball falls into this area with Kane and Son attacking it. And that, obviously, with both of them attacking it and Calvin Phillips not able to get there, that's what causes Lucas to get control of the ball. And obviously then Højbjerg is able to stick it away. And then all of a sudden we're starting to step it up, and it looked like inevitable that we're going to get a goal. Again, look at this. Eric Dyer's on the ball in the centre-back position. Oh, that was a little twist. In the centre-back position. And you got, not only do you have Reguilon there, you've got Kane here, you've got Son here, you've got Emerson, who's actually around this area. He's off screen right now. You've got Lucas there, but you've also got Ben Davis over here.
I love that.
There's Ben Davis running in between the lines, and that's what that extra centre back can do when need be. Obviously, you got Winks and Højbjerg still sitting, and so it gives Ben Davis in this instance a bit more license to actually get forwards and get in attacking positions. So you've got the left centre back actually becomes an extra player to attack, and we've seen it already this season a few times against Everton, against Vitesse, and now
every single game we've seen Ben Davis in those positions.
Yeah,
so far.
At least a few times he's getting in those attacking positions, and he's becoming an extra option, and he gets on the end of it and nearly scores. Just a poke, just doesn't get past the Leeds keeper. But that was another warning sign about how Ben Davis is getting in these attacking positions and actually being a threat. He could have had, if it wasn't for a bit of luck, he could have had a couple of goals already. Obviously, did he score against Vitesse again with his own goal in the end, wasn't it?
No, he didn't score against Vitesse. Didn't they give it to Harry Kane in the end?
I think it was an own goal, wasn't it? Didn't they give an own goal in the end?
Potentially, yeah. I think they.
I think it was an own goal.
I think Harry Kane was the closest to it, because Ben Davis scuffed his shot completely, and then it fell to Harry Kane, and then it hit the player and went in.
Okay, but with a bit of luck, it could have been his goal as well.
If he would have shot it properly, yeah.
He's really getting in those positions, Ben Davis, and he's becoming a real threat. And obviously for the last goal, not much to analyse. All I would say here is here's Reguilon, right? And it's all a case of, you think it's luck that, he gets on the end of it and it falls to him, which obviously it is, but you make your own luck. Look how many players are ahead of him. He's over here right now. So you've got all the players in the wall. You've got this guy ahead of Forshaw. He's marking him. He's ahead of him. But Reguilon was the one who was most aware. And once the ball here comes back off the post, he's the one who's followed it in over here, Reguilon. He's now ahead of him. He's the one who's most alert. and obviously he's there to tap it in. So it's not a case of always just being lucky. It's you make your own luck. He's the one throwing it in. He was the one on being alert, and that's exactly what he said Conte was telling him about as well, because that's very crucial to his role when he's going to be attacking at the back post. You've got to be following things in. You've got to be the most alert. You've got to be more alert than your opposition to make sure you get to the ball first, and you're the one tapping it into the back post and not the defender clearing it. Yeah. And that was a key example of that with Reguilon. It seemed like just a bit of luck. It fell to him falling off the post, but he was the one, only one really, following it in and making sure he was getting there first. So I think it was a case of making your own luck.
It is, because if you don't take that risk, you're not going to get that reward at the end of the day. And, you know, he followed up in that free kick and he got his just desserts. And I think that it capped off a really good performance from him, because I thought he was literally non-stop running for the whole game. Even in the first half when we were under the cosh, I thought he was doing well. So I think Reguilon, we earmarked him as a player that could really improve under Conte. And I think we're already seeing that, aren't we?
Definitely. And yeah, that's it. I think.
I want to talk to you just before we end this bit about. We saw the passion from Conte at the end of the game, going up to every player like with that super aggressive passion. He goes up to Bergwijn and Matt Doherty after the game, and they just seem really reserved, not a smile on their face. I mean, do you read too much into that?
No, I wouldn't. But obviously, when you're a player and you're not in the team, you know, it's obviously difficult, isn't it? You know, there are all egos in football, and when you're a player getting paid big amounts of money, and you especially at Bergwijn's age, you know, he's 23 years old. He wants to be in the team. He's a Dutch international. Just scored the winning goal to take his country to a World Cup. You know, just a few days ago, and all of a sudden he's on the bench again, and he's struggling to get in the team, and he doesn't get any minutes at all, and that must be frustrating. How much you want to be part of the team and you want to be supportive. I'm sure he is supportive, but like it must be frustrating for him to not get any minutes. And I wouldn't read too much about you know, him being unhappy or anything like that just off that one moment. I'll just see it as him naturally not being happy to not get on the pitch, and that's all it is. I'm sure once he's part of the team and playing minutes, that will all change. But as of yesterday, you know, I'm sure he was on a massive high coming into the game on Sunday, and to not get on the pitch must have been very disappointing for him.
It was a brilliant performance from him for Holland, obviously scoring the goal that sent his country to the World Cup, and then getting a brilliant assist. Although did you see the assist from Bergwijn for
Depay? Bit of a sweaty goal.
The assist, though, was like literally the problem I've had with Bergwijn for so long, because he runs the length of the pitch, right? And he has Depay to the left. He could have taken the shot on himself and probably scored, but the assist was like, I thought the pass was just a bit overhit as well. So I think it was a bit lucky there, Steven Bergwijn, with that assist. But he did well to get in that position, that's for sure.